The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Friday, the 28th day of January 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, and Lindos. I'm Jamal Hartman. She's Sherry Vanderpool, and Leanna Lambert will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sherry, it's Friday. Don't be too excited, but how are you doing today?
It's Friday. Okay, you tell me don't be excited. I don't listen to you, so.
I just asked that you don't be too excited. I mean, 2 days away. Actually, this is the first full week of shows we've done in 2022. So, it's yeah.
The last week in January.
Yeah. We chose the final week in January to really spend some time together. Spend some time together. That's what I'm gonna call it, right?
Aw, that means you missed me over the last couple of weeks, and I get that, and I understand, and it's okay.
Just always got to go overboard without a fishing line, folks. Always got to go overboard without a fishing line. I don't know. Anyway, good morning, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Kisha Tyrrell of Enzuri Beauty on to discuss her brand. The Daily Play is Sherry trying to make me guess, folks. I'm just so good that it's probably not going to go how she wants it to go, but whatever. She can try. You can try.
If you're a little short, so but don't make me holler. Hopefully you should rise to the occasion, but we'll see.
She called me short. Folks, don't worry about Sherry. Her name calling doesn't do anything to me. I'm still gonna rise. I'm gonna still rise to the occasion.
All right.
You will see me later on. Don't worry about that. Don't forget the giveaway. We have 2 more letters to go. Here's how it works. If you haven't been playing, you can go back to watch every episode so far in 2022. You'll have to tune into every episode, right? You have to watch every episode, and as you watch every episode, right, you will actually listen to which letter is given each day for each episode. Determine the words that make up the phrase. Once you've guessed correctly, go to our website, thedailyhour.com, fill out the form, right, with your name, email, and answer where it says message. Please note you must be a subscriber on our website to be eligible to win the $500 prize. All right. I think Sherry ditched us, folks. She ditched us. Maybe it was the God speaking to us, but let's bring her back in. Let's see if she's still there. Hey, Sherry.
I think you have a conspiracy with StreamYard because it's just like, man, I'm like, what the hell? Sorry, excuse me.
Oh,
I didn't curse.
Sometimes things work in mysterious ways, and those mysterious ways turn out to be okay.
Moving on.
Well, welcome back. We did miss you for like 2 seconds just now, but we have a lot to discuss today. We have a lot to discuss before we bring Kisha Tyrrell in, who is, got a beauty brand doing her thing. So let's get started. So just yesterday, let me just bring it up. So just yesterday. Now, I don't know how the audience feels, right? I don't know how you feel, but the Royal Gazette, they're not taking any prisoners in 2022. The Royal Gazette, as a newspaper, has returned as, I guess, the dawn in the side of the government, because from 2017 to now, honestly, I just don't think, right now there's really not an opposition in terms of numbers and strength to go push back against the government. But the Royal Gazette in my opinion, and it's not just them, but media period, journalism has not been as tough as a lot of people expected them to be since 2017 July, when the David Brett administration took over the government. However, since the turn of the year, I don't know if it's someone new there or if they just said, you know what, this country is in trouble. We need to get out there and start doing up the ante. They've been firing. They have been firing. And so the article I'm discussing now, Sherry, is the one. So yesterday, the Royal Gazette had an article says travel site ranks Bermuda low for digital nomads. Now, we spoke about digital nomads earlier this week, right?
Yeah.
And basically, I'm just going to read from the article. While at least 2 government agencies are promoting the island's work from Bermuda certificate, the site Kayak's where people go for reviews and so on. It's like, what's that other one called? TripAdvisor, I guess. Yeah, TripAdvisor, I guess. But anyway, Kayak puts Bermuda at the bottom of its list of recommended places from which to work remotely. Now, this hurt my feelings. You all know, like, even though I may not drink Dark and Stormy, it used to hurt my feelings when I was working in Bermuda tourism and I try to share Dark and Stormy and people would spit it out in front of you. Like, it hurts my feelings because I love all things Bermuda from people wanting to visit. But this article says, using 22 different factors, Kayak compared 111 countries and ranked the island only ahead of the Maldives and the U.S. Virgin Islands in places it is recommending in its remote work rankings for people to cite their next personal office. Now, the article goes on to say the island ranked dead last in pricing and also last in social life, tied with the same countries together with Antigua and Barbuda, the Cayman Islands, Belize, the Bahamas, the Seychelles, and Anguilla. Not enough things to do, says Kayak. So we can share this stuff with you, right? I think Dominica ranked very high. I think they were the island that ranked the highest that is, I guess, near Bermuda geographically. And I mean, not near us, but they were number 28. But Mauritius, that's where we spent part of our honeymoon. Simply the best island I've been to, I've visited, ranked number 4. So the top 5 were Portugal, then Spain, then Romania, then Mauritius, and then Japan. But the question of the morning, folks, the question of the morning is very simple. What are your thoughts on Bermuda's low ranking as a digital nomad destination? Now, keep in mind, the government said that we've had 900 people, right, participate, and I think a total of $23 million, if I'm not mistaken. But what are your thoughts on this report? What are your thoughts? Like, this is a damning report. No, again, let's be honest. It's just Kayak doing something. TripAdvisor could do one tomorrow and have totally different results.
Right.
But people do use these things as to make decisions. Think about it. People use Yelp and TripAdvisor and Kayak to make decisions. So there may be people looking to go and do some digital nomadness. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm just saying it. But they may be looking to do some digital nomadness, and they might be looking at this. And I mean, if you've got to travel all the way down to 111, whatever place Bermuda's in, doesn't look good. So here's your question. What are your thoughts on Bermuda's low ranking as a digital nomad destination? Go ahead, Sherry.
No, I wasn't, and I, it's not too many times we agree, but people look at reviews. I look at reviews all the time, and I know this is not a review, but it is a review, right? For them to say there's nothing to do, that's interesting based on conversations that we've just had this past week, and especially with Tishay in regards to it. And so I guess it also leads to the marketing of what marketing is being put out there for the digital nomads to come in regards to that. And if you look at what digital nomads are, they are working from home and all of those kind of things. So at the same token, that they also have time to go out and do certain things. What I say that you agreed or disagreed with?
No, you just cracked me up. You saying all those kind of things, but go ahead.
Sorry. And so, meaning that, restaurants and trying to do activities and that. And with that being said, if people are not finding those activities to participate in, then it does make for like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I on this island,
Hmm.
many miles away from home, if I
Hmm.
can't enjoy an experience? And if the
Yeah.
experiences are not being marketed towards these persons, and the experiences being fulfilled, then what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And or where are we going to land on this list?
Yeah. It's Sherry. This is getting too normal for us to be agreeing, but yeah, I like everything you just said. It's
Everything.
you, it's I, I go back to Shay, and to Shay, she spoke very well about what there is to do, how they're trying to figure out things to do on island. I think Bermuda, uh there is a lot of work to do. Now, personally, if you ask me to be a digital nomad somewhere, all I want is somewhere I can eat, relax, and do nothing. Like, I'm not an adventurous person per se, right? I'm not that kind of person who is literally got to go out and to a night, like I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. Like, everyone's going to be different, but it doesn't help when you get these reviews and they're not favorable, because even someone who's not into like socializing and nightlife, they may look at that as well, maybe this is not the place, because there are 100 other places to consider before this. So it is concerning. It is concerning. And I think I would love to see the response from actual digital nomads in Bermuda. I would love to have a conversation with some of them to see, actually, when they look at this, what would they say to help Bermuda get a higher ranking?
And this is the other thing, Jamal. Yes, you may not be that person, but at the same token, it's nice to have the option to
Mhm.
do certain things.
Correct.
I don't live in downtown Atlanta, and Bermudians like, you don't live in Buckhead, you don't. No, I live outside of Atlanta, but I have the option to go downtown and do all of
Correct.
the other things. I have the option to go to Atlanta
Correct.
Speedway, to go to the zoo, I have those options. Even Six Flags, they went ahead and did a whole different thing about Christmas and stuff that they're not normally open. You have
Mhm.
the options. What options does Bermuda have? And like I
Mhm.
said to Shay, I was engaged with her of like, oh wow, we got all of these things to do.
Mhm.
Who's being out there? Who's being put out in the front for these
Mhm.
things to be made known?
Question of the morning, folks. What are your thoughts on Bermuda's low ranking, according to Kayak, as a digital nomad destination? Let's go to the comments. Chrisia Justison says, I am a Bermudian online business owner, and I know I can't afford to be a digital nomad in Bermuda. Michelle White says, I have wondered also. I know digital nomads, and they are looking for things to do or looking to contribute to Bermuda, but hands are tied due to restrictions on their permit. Interesting.
Interesting.
Shikarina for you, and then Chrisia.
Dead last in pricing and social life, not a good review at all. Did other countries sponsor entertainment for their nomad visitors during a pandemic? Hmm.
Mm, interesting.
And it's Chrisia Eustacen. One of those things about being a digital nomad is that you can go places that are cheaper than where you normally live and live very well. I think you think about what digital nomads like to do. Those I know personally like doing things out in nature, and Bermuda isn't a huge provider of things like that. Interesting.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Traveling Trotty says it's no real surprise as the cost of living is high, which affects some of the categories. And David Michael R. Wilson says there are too many limitations on what can be done in Bermuda, as well as where, when, and for how long. Thus, if one has come from somewhere that has a lot of things to a lot of things to a place that's sparse is a bit daunting. So, interesting feedback.
Mhm.
Very interesting. Chrisia, for you sharing.
My husband is Danish, and his idea of a vacation is about exploring a place on a bicycle or on foot, finding out the way places that are untouched. Find out
Mhm.
of the way places are untouched. It's extremely challenging to do that in Bermuda. There are lots and lots of things to do in Bermuda, though, but they are
Mhm.
much more expensive than the same in other places.
Interesting feedback. A very interesting feedback. I think,
Yeah.
when I okay, and we'll share it if anyone wants to see the list, we'll share it. Um, Final score when you look at Portugal at number one was 100 of 100. And here's what I really wanted to focus on with Portugal being at top. weather was only 37 of 100.
Mm.
Think about it. Why do I bring up weather, Sherry? The reason I bring up weather is because, at least during my time in tourism, people kept saying, oh, well, Bermuda's cool during, January through March and so on. And I'm just like, my answer to that, and I've said it on this show 100 times, right?
Uh-huh.
New York City, on its hottest day in Times Square, it's full. On its most freezing day, Times Square is full. Weather is not an excuse not to be a premier destination. It's
I
not.
was just in New York with all the people and cold.
No, it's not an excuse. So
Yeah.
I think obviously Portugal's a much bigger country, but again, it's all relative, right? It's all relative. But where they did score high, where they did score high was in social life, 91 of 100, health and safety, 94
Interesting.
of 100. But I want to go Barbados, because Barbados, if I'm not mistaken, was the first country that I knew of that actually jumped into this, right? And they're ranked
Mm-hmm.
51. 51.
Hmm.
They got a 2 out of 100 for social life.
A 2.
2. Yeah.
I'm surprised at that. Are you?
I am. I mean, I am. They scored 67 of 100 for weather. Their highest grades were local prices and travel, 55 out of 100.
Interesting, because my understanding in Barbados seemingly has a quite a bit to do, I thought.
Yeah. Well, I think Bermuda did score high. Well, I mean, we got 1 out of 100 in local prices, but where we did score high, Sherry, is
Mm-hmm.
well, remote work, 72 of 100. That was good. And weather, 58 of 100. Social life, 1 of 100. But health and safety, 55 out of 100, and travel, 30 out of 100. So it's just interesting, that I think it almost comes across like we believe our own hype.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
believe our own hype. Folks, let me be very clear. Regardless of how I feel about the government of the day in regards to Bermuda, regardless how I feel about individuals or how I was treated as an individual by Bermuda and Bermudians, my love for Bermuda is in all of the people. Like I want to see Bermuda succeed simply because I love the people, even though they may not love me at times. Most times. But I do. I believe in Bermuda. I believe that we we may not be New York City or Barbados or Jamaica, right? We may not be those places in terms of what they can offer or what they do offer. But we need to figure out what it is we're good at. It's like a business, fulfill that need for people who are looking for what we have to offer. It's sad. Michelle White says Bermuda businesses. That's a bit long there, Michelle. But Bermuda businesses, if they look at the big picture, have much to offer, but are not known or not large enough to make an impact in the digital nomad world. They have lots of money to spend, but the small businesses are either part-time or don't want to grow to take advantage. I would love to create an environment for them to spend, but I'm only one person. They are here and want to spend but can't, and that's
Mm.
a valid point and perspective there, Michelle. Christia says Bermuda's weather should be a draw, not an excuse. I agree because
Yeah.
Christia, it's interesting you say that. Like people be like, oh, Bermuda's cold. Like I'll never forget, I was at a travel show in Boston. It was literally a snowstorm outside while I'm inside at this travel show, and this guy was like, look, can I be by the beach? I'm like, yeah, you could be by the beach. I'm not going to say you're going to have a big sunny day, but you can definitely be by the beach. The argument's very easy. You can be and I sent my wife a picture this morning. We were buried in snow 7 years ago in Boston at this time, record snowfall, right? You can either be buried in snow or you can enjoy moderate temperatures, relaxing how you'd like. It's
Well,
not hard.
and the thing is, Jamal, I've driven across the beach and seen people just have a blanket out, have a bottle of wine, have some drink, have the kids playing around, and doesn't necessarily have to be in the water. We also have to change the narrative of what
Yep.
beach beaching can be. Beaching can be,
Correct.
yes, you're in the water doing all this, or beaching could just be sitting on there enjoying what the experience is and the
Mhm,
view.
mhm.
So if we just get out of our own mind and change a different mindset of different experiences that can be in Bermuda, that will be helpful. But Bermudians need to promote that as well and be
Yeah.
excited about it. In addition to that, instead of just like,
You make a
our
you make a
special
great point.
power. Our special power is we are from an island. Sometimes I'm like, I'm from an island, and it's just like, wow, who
Have to
can
move
say
on, but
that?
you have to move on, but you make a great
Mhm.
point, and I want to just emphasize what she's saying is, folks, we have to be our biggest cheerleaders. And at times when we go on social media, we're actually not being our biggest cheerleaders. We're actually adding to the problems that we actually face. Traveling Trotty says Germany received 100 out of 100 for social life. Well, they do have what's it called in September, Oktoberfest. That probably helps out. You know, people love beer, right?
I love Germany.
People love a little beer, right? Sam and Chrisia Sherry.
Laugh out loud. I no longer believe this kayak ranking. 2 out of 100 for social life in Barbados. Laughable.
Well, I mean, Chrisia says pandemic social life in Barbados sucks. I was there in October, so I mean, it all depends on when you went. I guess we're talking about a
Yeah,
pandemic right now. This is based on right now, not previously. So, Sam, if you're in Barbados right now and you can tell us different, then yeah.
yeah.
But this is based on right now. But yeah, Chrisia goes on to say it's 6 degrees Celsius right now in Denmark. People cut through ice to go swimming. Look, I don't go swimming on the hottest day of the year. You all crazy. Sean Smith and Michelle, wait for you.
Yeah, funny, Karen. Plenty of space for you and the family. The weather like Bermuda.
All right, Michelle White.
I would not live anywhere else, and these nomads were drawn here for a reason. Find the reason. One nomad told me, I have money. Give me a reason to spend. Imagine.
Mm, interesting.
Oh,
Traveling Trotty says we need to stop saying off season, shoulder season. Educating our residents about tourism is a must. I agree. I agree. I don't think
love
that's
that.
what New York would do, right? I know the way it's looked at in the
Hmm.
Caribbean is rainy season, not rainy season, and that's due to hurricanes. The Rosalind Famous says Bermuda's creatives can contribute to the things to do in Bermuda. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
folks. It's within all of us to fix the problems that we face as a community. Digital nomads may not be our savior, they may not be our lifeline, but the opportunity to make it better for all of us is there. We just have to figure out how to go about doing it. Let's bring Leanna into the conversation. Don't forget, we have Kisha Tyrrell coming up from Enzuri Beauty. We've seen some brands come through, and I mean, obviously, I'm gonna guess she uses her products on herself. Her skin looks great, Uh, Great. So I'm really looking forward to the conversation with her. Lee, good morning, sister. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I am good. I'm good. Happy Friday to everyone that's tuned in. It's
Um,
so good that it's Friday.
you don't have to be that excited. You,
Yes.
you don't have to be that excited. Sean, chill. Um, Lee, what's your thoughts? Does this worry you? Are you a bit upset about the digital nomad low ranking?
Honestly, in my personal opinion, I'm not surprised. And I only say that in comparison to what other jurisdictions can offer. I saw someone in the comments said that, they spoke to one of the nomads and they said they want to spend their money, but they're still looking for ways to spend it, right?
Mm, mm,
And in my personal opinion, and not because I'm taking any shots at anyone, but I know that there, like someone said earlier, there are so many creatives that have great business ideas and they
mm,
have great things that they want to do and help Bermuda move in a 2022 more forward thinking jurisdiction. However, there's a lot of red tape to be able to start businesses and
mhm,
open businesses, and not no shots to the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation, because they are doing great to help people with that. But there's still, and this is coming from someone who has personally started or tried to start their own business. There's a lot out
mhm.
there that, we're still being stopped. And
Uh-huh. And don't try to open a bank account with it, folks. Shucks.
yeah, and it's really it's
Yeah.
mind blowing that in 2022 we're still having to
Mhm.
face these sort of issues. So, you know,
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed, it's yeah. Lee, what you got for us in the news? Anything happy?
It's a little firecracker that's in the news this morning that I can't wait to reveal.
All right,
I
let's
don't
get to it. Let's get to it. All right, here we go.
know.
We got some juice coming your way, folks. Over to you, Lee.
Thanks, Jamal and Sherry. And again, TGIF to all of those of you who are tuned in with us today. We hope everyone is having a great start to this rainy morning. I'm Leanna Lambert, and it's time for the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Well, in today's top story, unfortunately, numbers continue to rise as sadly 2 more COVID related deaths were revealed last night by the health officials, now bringing the island's death toll to 116. Now, another 209 cases of the coronavirus were identified from test results received on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But more positive news, though, the number of active infections has fallen, with 603 people having recovered since the last update, which has caused the number of active cases to drop to 1,404. 7 people are currently in hospital and 2 are in the intensive care. Now, Health Minister Kim Wilson said that the latest surge of cases sparked by the Omicron variant was not over, but the Ministry of Health had begun a review of the island's COVID-19 regulations with the intention of introducing changes as early as February 4th. Now, she added that the government was also looking to, quote unquote, reset the island's travel testing regulations by April 1st. Now, this news comes in after it was announced that England has dropped compulsory mask wearing in shops, the use of vaccine certificates, and work from home guidance. In other news, the teachers union is up in arms this morning after it was revealed that the president of the teachers union was illegally fired from her teaching job by the Ministry of Education. Now, it is said that the move to fire President Nishanti Bailey was the direct result of an active dispute, which was a decision made this year by Education Commissioner Kalmar Richards. Dante Cooper, General Secretary designate of the BUT, said that the executive committee did not accept the termination of Ms. Bailey, which he said was called a resignation by the ministry. He went on to say that the union officials had been seconded from the education system since 1981 at no cost to the government, and in their view, the termination was unlawful. Education Minister Diallo Rabane, on the other hand, claimed to be aware of the dispute, but noted that government did not play a part in personal matters. However, he said he would do what he can to get the dispute resolved. And a 13-year-old schoolgirl is received leg injuries after she was hit by a car on North Shore Road. Police say shortly before 8 a.m. on Wednesday, they were called to a report of a road traffic collision resulting in personal injury involving a motor car and a pedestrian. Now, traffic was held at a standstill when the pedestrian, who was, according to police, walking east along North Shore Road, in between stationary traffic, suddenly ran across the road into the path of the motor car, which was traveling in an easterly direction. Now, the victim sustained a leg injury along with minor abrasions to her left knee and was taken to hospital for medical attention. The motor car involved was left with minor damage to the front end. Anyone with information on this matter is asked to call 211 or the main police telephone number on 295-0011. Meanwhile, in a separate incident shortly before midnight on Wednesday, emergency services attended a single vehicle road traffic collision along Middle Road near the junction with Overplus Lane in Sands. Now, initial reports suggest that the 22-year-old male driver was traveling west when he lost control of his vehicle and struck a utility pole. The 22-year-old female passenger had to be extracted from the vehicle by the Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service. Both occupants were taken to hospital for treatment for non-life-threatening injuries and were later discharged. Taking a look at today's weather, we have a high near 69 and a low near 65 degrees. A weak front lingers nearby, maintaining cloudy skies and the potential for rain and showers today. Now, this pattern eases at times today before winds begin to strengthen. Then on Saturday, a rapidly developing low pressure system drives a vigorous cold front through the area, rapidly increasing winds towards gale force with possible storm force gusts and bringing plenty of wet weather. So expect the front to clear into Sunday, leaving cool but gusty conditions in its wake. That's all for the Daily Hour News Break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. But before we go, your favorite community pharmacist has a little tip. Once a year, we physically count each item in the store. To accomplish this, they must close their Victoria Street location on Sunday, January 30th. Now, their acute care wing location at the hospital remains open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Please check your refills and visit us today or tomorrow should you need us. We reopen at both locations at 8 a.m. on Monday, January 31st. Now let's head back to Jamal, who seems to want a part of my newscast today, and Sherry in the studio for today's Daily Focus.
No, I wanted to jump in the conversation when I heard the thing about Nishanti Daily. Like, you bought it, so I think we need more information on that. I'm just saying. But we're a bit behind time. Sherry, what you got for days of the year?
As of Fridays, couldn't get any better around the office. National Fun at Work Day falls on the last Friday of this January. Whether you work for a small business, large organization, injecting fun at the workplace is a great way to bond with coworkers, boost team morale, gain inspiration, and even increase productivity. Just bring the fun and celebrate at your job today. Like, we need an excuse, but hey.
Bringing the fun.
Yeah.
Hey, now, this is Friday and we're having fun. It's a fun Friday.
I know.
Stop it.
I have fun every day. I don't know why you all putting it down to Friday. Not my fault. You don't like your job, or whatever. Anyway, Lee, thank you so much. You enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
Yeah, you guys have a good weekend too.
Thanks so much. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with Kisha Tyrrell.
Are you a small business or organization looking for new ways to reach a greater audience? Well, here's your chance to get your ad on BTG Radio, Good Day Bermuda, and Bermuda's daily talk show, The Daily Hour. Send an email to contact@bermudacommunications.com.
Coconut oil has been popular here in Bermuda as a skin moisturizer for generations, but is sometimes avoided in cookery because of its unhealthy reputation. We've witnessed a change in attitudes as recent findings indicate that coconut oil is actually heart healthy and can enhance our immune systems, increase metabolism, energy and endurance, and improve digestion. Nutiva coconut oil is a superfood in its own right, and this month we're featuring Nutiva organic shortening made with organic coconut and red palm oils and also hemp seed oils. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dendy Town Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
Right. Welcome back to the big show. Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications and Lindo's and People's Pharmacy. It's time for our guest for the day, Kisha Tyrrell from Sherry, can I tell him?
Go ahead, Jamal.
So Sherry sent an email to me yesterday, folks. And it said, not Enzuri. It said, ensure.
Autocorrect.
And I you know me, I screenshot, I say, Sherry, ensure. Like, autocorrect. Man, hey, blooper days. We're gonna have some blooper days with about it. Anyway, without further ado, let's bring in Kisha here. Good morning, Kisha. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Jamal. Morning, Sherry. How are you?
Good. Well, I'll put it out there. I spelled your last name wrong, and everyone who knows I'm big on name pronunciations and spelling. So my humble apologies to that. But Ensure just took me overboard. It was funny, Keisha. It was funny.
I mean, I guess it could always be worse. So Ensure it could put a positive swing on it, I guess. But yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Well, look, let's jump right into it. Just speak to the audience, those who may not know or be on social media. What is Enzuri Beauty?
So Enzuri Beauty is a carefully curated luxury skincare collection that I've been working on for probably the last year and a half. Our focus is on simplistic, effective, quality ingredients because our mission is all about encouraging the wellness of skin, body, spirit. We really want you to fall in love with taking care of your skin. So we've launched with 4 products: a cleanser, toner, a day serum, and a night serum.
And what inspired you to create this brand?
So it actually, Enzuri came from a place of healing. We all get busy, we take on a lot responsibilities, and it was taking its toll on me. And it wasn't until the pandemic hit that we all had to stop. So once I kind of paused on everything, I reflected on life. I thought about what was going on. I mean, my skin was definitely looking a little dry. And again, this was just all stress because of what I had been just doing for years and years, just constantly going and not necessarily putting myself first. So once I took the time to think about what I needed, what my skin needed, what my body needed, to be quite honest, I meditated a bit and I saw this. And it's funny because I've always been someone that has always taken care of the skin. I love skincare, everything about it. I'm not a skincare professional. I am just absolutely skin obsessed. So it's funny that this late in life, I thought about creating a business that was on skincare. But like I said, I saw it as clear as day. I saw it was. I mean, I pictured this product. I mean, I saw the packaging, everything on a shelf, on a store, on Fifth Avenue. Like I saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's interesting because, people in the audience, Chrisia says, Keisha's skin is stunning. I'm sold. And then David Michael R. Wilson says she's literally glowing. And obviously, I just follow you on social media and I'm like, whatever it is in this product, I'm just like, yo, like, I don't even notice stuff like that. Like, I don't notice hairdos. I don't notice anything, but
No, he doesn't, Keisha.
I don't. Seriously. I'm probably wearing the same thing I wore yesterday. But I say that because it's almost like if we look at you as a person who's selling your product based on what your appearance is, it's like, wow, it's stunning. It's working. It's doing a thing, right? But I like something you said, Keisha. You said you're not a skin professional. And I think there's been, people with businesses as of late that have had those challenges. And I like to say on this show, we're not experts. We're facilitators of a conversation. We're not journalists.
Absolutely.
We're facilitating conversations. But I like how you pretty much set it up where you're staying in your lane and sharing something that has worked for you. But that said, just switching gears, you recently hired a new marketing agency. How important is this for the growth of the brand?
So because again, when I thought about Enzuri Beauty, I was thinking big picture. I was thinking where I was taking this. We're 10, 20 steps from now where I'm going. And I want this to be a global brand. I want to be in the US. I want to be international. So, but of course, and no side to any agency here in Bermuda, I wanted to speak to somebody that had the contacts, that could get me in front of people, that can network for me. And I actually went to, just take a step back. You made a comment earlier, Janelle, about being your biggest cheerleader. I mean, especially when it comes to Bermuda. And I want to put Bermuda on the map at this level for skincare. I mean, it's a luxury brand. I want to introduce it to the world. I went to an event last December in Bel Air just to promote Enzuri, talk about the brand, talk about Bermuda. I was the only person from out of LA that was there. So that in itself was unique. So I always wanted to work with somebody that can get me into these places, not only to talk about Enzuri, but to talk about Bermuda, which kind of inspired the brand as well. So yeah, I really wanted to to speak to somebody that we met at the event. We connected right away. It was insane. We went to dinner. I swear we went to dinner for about 6 hours, just talking about ideas and what we can do and work together. So yeah, I was really excited when she agreed to come on board and help me out. So I'm looking forward. Lots to come.
Nice.
Wow. Well, Kisha, as everyone said, your skin is living. You probably need to ship Jamal a whole case of whatever and me a small case. But when you talk about you going to these events, you want to put Bermuda on the map as well as, more importantly, Enzuri. What sets Enzuri apart from other skincare brands that are already out there? I don't have a routine, but what would make me want to do yours?
So in Zuri Beauty, like I said, my focus is on ingredients. I think it's very important that we're conscious about what we are putting on our skin, on our body, what we're eating. So a lot of our products, or the food products, I've made sure they're kind of jam packed with vitamins and antioxidants, ingredients that will work well together, but keep it simple. You don't need a lot of products to take care of your skin, just some basics, but you also need to spend time doing it. So in Zuri Beauty, what we're promoting and what we're encouraging is the wellness of not just your skin, but everything, the body and the spirit, because it's all connected. What's happening in your head, your overthinking, your stress, it shows up on your skin at some shape or form. So I really wanted to create a product that worked, like it was effective. The ingredients are very important. I didn't want to just put something out there just for the sake of it. Like I said, it's 4 products. You can use them all together, or I know a lot of people are very brand loyal to whatever it is that they're using, but you can also incorporate the products into your already routine or whatever products that you are using. So they're gentle enough. They work well with all skin tones and conditions. But again, it's how you approach taking care of your skin. And that's the message that we're trying to deliver.
And you mentioned skin routines. How important are skin routines to Black women? And does your products address those routines and how?
So I definitely wanted to make sure that the products and the woman that I spoke to, she was included, especially the woman of color. I mean, we're never been included when it comes to skincare and beauty. It's always an afterthought. So although the products can be used on all skin tones, I wanted to make sure that the ingredients that I included in these products would address the woman of color's skin conditions, hyperpigmentation and dark spots. So all of the ingredients will definitely address look to address these concerns. When it comes to routines, it is important. I mean, it's just like anything else. You get up every morning, you do certain things. Why not include skincare in there? I mean, when was the last time you actually looked at the packaging and the ingredients on what you're currently using? Like, I mean, I don't know what you did this morning, but is it really working? Is it enough? So yeah, it's no right way, it's no wrong way, but I get a lot of comments and calls about people just asking me, what do you do? What should I do? And again, I'm not a professional. I would just speak from a place of what I do. I am all skincare professionals are my friends. I will tell you in a minute, go see a dermatologist, go see an esthetician. But I just want you to think about what it is that you're doing to take care of yourself.
Interesting. Wow.
When you and with that being said, is Enzuri going to go beyond those 4 products into a whole brand that includes estheticians and skincare persons as well? Does it go beyond that?
Yes, I have, when I started, I was already thinking 20 steps ahead. So yes, I already know where I want this to go. And it's a whole lifestyle brand. And our messaging talks about skin, body, and spirit. So I want to be able to offer products that support you in these areas.
Awesome. Well, where can we find these products? That's what I want to know.
So everything is available on our website, enzuribeauty.com, but also at the people at 59 Front have been very gracious to allow me to sell my products there as well. So if you can't get online for whatever reason, you can also go to 59 Front and the sales ladies there will help you out.
All right, Kisha, it's honestly, it's amazing to see it. And I love the entrepreneur side of it, and I just want to go back to it on the beginning of the conversation. Were you looking for something? Like, obviously the pandemic has shifted a lot of people into becoming entrepreneurs. Were you looking to become an entrepreneur because of the pandemic, or it was like, you know what, this is just my skin, I'm taking care of it, and you wanted to share something with others?
I always wanted to become an entrepreneur. And again, because of me, I know naturally I'm always overthinking. So I was like, what am I going to do? I mean, I come from the corporate world. I have a degree in finance, insurance, marketing. So I'm thinking, oh, I should be doing this, write a book on finance. Then skincare was just sitting right in front of me all along. So I always knew I wanted to do it. I always knew that I'm passionate about it. Rather, I was becoming an entrepreneur in this particular field. I still always talk to friends about skincare. I'm the person that gives the gifts that skincare products that are related. So regardless, it's always just been a natural thing for me to want to share it with people. And again, because people just, they compliment you on your skin. They always want to know, what do you do? So I always tend to have a conversation that veers that way naturally. So yeah, it made sense. Why not just share it with everyone?
Yeah. If you have any questions or comments for Kisha, we'll definitely try to get them to her. Kisha, from the entrepreneurship side, what advice would you give someone who, if any, is interested in branching out on their own with something that they're really interested in? What are some of the challenges you faced, or some of the growth, successes that you've had, that someone's thinking, you know what, I want to do this, but I'm afraid to take that leap?
Yeah, fear held me back for a while. I mean, I'm over 40. And again, it was never an excuse to not create something or not to do this. And it was like, enough is enough. You're ready, you can do it. I came from the corporate world. I knew nothing about retail. I've never even had a sales summer job. So it was just like, what am I doing here? I'm building a brand, and then I'm also in skincare specific. So I had to learn from the ground up. I had to learn how to build a business. I had to learn about skincare. I wanted to be able to speak to my chemist. So I did a course on understanding ingredients and formulas and stability tests. And for me, my advice is just understand, do the research. It's one thing to just jump in and, oh, this is going to be easy. It's not. It's so much involved. And I can speak from a place where I wanted to go big from the beginning. I managed to be big from the beginning. So there were a lot of avenues that I needed to look into. The U.S. market regulations in regards to skincare, fulfillment centers in the U.S., how am I getting packaging or product across the country? It was a lot involved. And I think you mentioned earlier, in regards to just setting up a business in Bermuda, it's tough. There's a lot of things that you have to go through in regards to banking or paperwork, and we're incorporated. So there's so many things that are involved. It's not just as simple as, oh, here you go, I want to sell skincare, come and buy from me. It's all the stuff in the back end that you definitely need to be aware of and just keep going.
Indeed. We've got some questions in the audience. Sean Smith says, is it head to toe skincare or just face and hands?
At the moment, it's just face. And to Shara's point, we're growing. Trust me, my people have been talking to me, and guys, I've got you. You're on my list. Men's products. That's definitely something that the guys have been very vocal about. But yes, I have a plan, and we will be expanding. But again, I didn't want to create products just for the sake of it. I definitely listen to what my customers and what people are saying about what they need, and go from there.
Michelle White has a question. She's asking, there was a product locally that did not agree with a client. How will you address anyone who your product may not agree with? Everyone's skin is not the same. I'm asking so that you have a chance to address in case there is a situation.
Yes. And actually I've had women that have said, oh my God, I tried using your products and my skin broke out. But for me, it's always about understanding the why behind it. There could be many reasons. Skin sensitivity, there's a lot going on. But for me, how I've addressed it, we broke it down. Some people's skin may react because they use all 4 products at once. Whereas sometimes you may just need to use the cleanser, 2 times a week while you're using your other products to to incorporate it in and take it slow. So there's various reasons, and you're right, everybody's skin's different, everybody's going to react differently, but it's really understanding. Are you, as a woman, we go through many changes during a month. Did you start using the products when things were at its height for your home? There's so many issues, but yes, I've definitely spoken individually to my clients. I work with skincare professionals in regards to getting advice. I had an esthetician work with me in regards to the ingredients and the products that I was using before I even launched it. When I have someone that says, oh, this isn't working for me or what's going on, I kind of want to talk them through it and also consult with the estheticians that I've been working with.
We've got a couple comments. Michelle White, she is saying, Kisha, I love the way that you use your role to spread the word about Bermuda at conferences. That's what other small businesses need to do. And I noticed you said that earlier too, and that's huge. I mean, it's a win-win for both. Pema Richardson says, thank you, Kisha, for reminding us all to take the leap. Also, my skin is thankful for my amazing, simple, high-quality skin care regimen. Look, I'm a guy, right? I'm just gonna be honest. I use some face wash that I've been using for a few years now. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna be honest with you, but you've literally made me rethink looking at the ingredients. It's just I want to say it's just I feel like it's been working because I have an oily skin, but yeah, I think maybe I should look at the ingredients because you said something like how often do people look at the ingredients of what they're putting in their body, right?
Exactly. And to be quite honest, I do have a few guys that are using the products because they're just like, I need something. I had some guys over Christmas that bought, I'm buying it for somebody else, but it was for them. So we definitely, there's no judgment. This is a safe space, but yes, it's definitely, you have to think about it. When was the last time you went to a dermatologist to get your skin checked? I mean, most people go to the dentist twice a year for a checkup. Why wouldn't you include skincare on your list of checkups?
Absolutely. And for a person that doesn't have a routine at all, I use nothing. And I think for a person like me who's like, oh, I don't have acne issues, I don't have this, you're like, okay, I don't need to do anything. But I hear what you're saying. It's like, regardless, sort it out. So I'm going to try to do better this year, Kisha.
One final question before you go, Kisha. One final question. Shika Rand is asking, do you recommend sunscreen while using your products?
Absolutely. I live in SPF. I use SPF every day. And just one of the products that I'm working on, I've been working on it for the past 2 years, includes SPF in it. So it is coming. But yes, SPF. I have it on now.
They love you. They love you. Terry K says, let me find out my health insurance covers dermatologist visits. It's definitely an important part. Keisha Allen Smith says, congratulations, Keisha. It's great to see you bring your idea to fruition. Keisha, you have a friend of us. If there's anything that we can do going forward, please reach out. I love to see it. I feel like I'm a guy. I'm like, I need my skin to look like hers. I'm on a camera every day. It was easy when you're on radio. You don't have to share, but no, I appreciate what you're doing. I'm inspired by what you're doing because, we spoke about how hard it is earlier this show about starting a business in Bermuda. But I feel like this is one of those shows. You're one of those people that should be inspiring people who have those thoughts. Take that leap. So thank you for trusting our platform, not only as an entrepreneur, but as someone who's focused on something that's helping them and fulfilling a need.
Thank you. Thank you
no
for
problem.
allowing me to do this.
No problem. All the best, Keisha.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, Keisha.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
All righty. Kisha Tyrrell there, folks, and Enzuri Beauty. Make sure you go and follow them on social media as well. Instagram, she's on Instagram. Also LinkedIn. Make sure you check them out. Luxury brand there, folks. We want to support Bermudian entrepreneurs, especially ones who are fulfilling a need like she's doing. So make sure you go check her out. If you appreciated that conversation with Kisha Tyrrell this morning, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like, and make sure you share this information. She is putting Bermuda on the map, and Bermuda don't even realize it yet. We're going to take a quick break, wrap it up, and then we didn't do a letter today, did we? So we'll give a letter after this break. Stick with us. We ain't going nowhere yet.
Welcome to
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
All right. Thanks again to Kisha Tyrrell. Like I said, if you enjoyed that conversation, make sure you love, like, share. These are the kind of people out here doing a thing in our community. We need to support them. Thanks again to One Communications, People's Pharmacy, Lindo's, and Medical House for the continued support. It is now time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. And Sherry's going to try and get me, folks.
I have about maybe 2 or 3 questions, depending on how fast he gets through this. But in keeping with, I believe this week was 2 years Kobe Bryant passed away. Was it this week? Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years.
January.
Yes. Give me some music. What?
It's really tough with you this morning, but go ahead.
What is Kobe Bryant's middle name?
Bean.
Okay, moving on to music. Charlie Wilson, aka Uncle Charlie, got his start in what legendary group?
The Gap Band.
All right. And for our final question, David Joyner is the Black actor behind what childhood show?
Who?
David Joyner.
David Joyner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know that one. I don't even know who the hell David Joyner is.
What childhood show do you think? Just, take a guess.
Fraggle Rock?
Fraggle Rock, really? Those are puppets.
Oh.
First of all.
Well, I only watched Fresh Prince and Family Matters and probably The Cosby Show when I was young. So.
Okay, Barney. Barney was a black man.
Oh. I don't think I ever watched Barney when I was
2 out of 3 is not too bad. I have one more for you, but we could do that. Lonnie Johnson, black inventor of what childhood classic toy?
The Super Soaker.
Shut the front door, Jamel. You sent me these cards and you wrote down the answer, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
No, I sent you the cards. They came from Amazon. The only reason I knew about Super Soaker is because a person who commented on this show only reminded me that a black man invented Super Soaker this week. So that's the only reason I.
This week?
Well, because we were having a conversation about black people not being credited for inventions anymore, and she said Super Soaker was invented by a black man, so that's why that one was easy for me.
Wow, I should have said it last week.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it last week. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't have got it last week. Anyway, final thoughts for today's show, Sherry.
Dang it. Oh, please, let's do something positive in Bermuda and just not sell an experience that happens during the summer, but also sometimes one that happens all year round for digital nomads to enjoy the space that we have. And Zuri and Not Insure is a great, seems to be product, and I can't wait to try it. I love that she is a chemist and entrepreneur, all of that great stuff. Good job, Kisha.
Yeah, indeed. I'm being reminded that we didn't give a letter, so today's letter is O for octopus. O for octopus. All right. So make sure you subscribe to the website. Encourage people to subscribe to the website. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, and make sure that you send your answer on our website where it says contact us. Your name, email, as much information as you want to give us. We don't send spam mail, so you don't have to worry about that. We will let you know when Sir John Swan's coming on, though, which will be very soon. Looking forward to that conversation. Final thoughts for today's show. Digital nomads. I look, at the end of the day, regardless of who's government of Bermuda, or how I feel I may have been treated by Bermuda's governments and organizations, I really want to see Bermuda do well for the benefit of the people on island. So I really hope that we use feedback like this from Kayak to become better, to add to value to us as a destination, be it remote work or a destination to visit. As far as Kisha, as I said just now, I think she is a person that is inspiring without probably trying. She's really just trying to fulfill a need. I love what she's doing. Her humbleness as an entrepreneur, it's appreciated, and we need more like her. So I wish her nothing but success and the very best, and I think she's going to achieve it. I think she's going to achieve it. Sherry, we need some daily inspiration.
We do, and we need some good, bad, and the ugly. But for our daily inspiration, all you need is the plan, the roadmap, the courage to press on to your destination. And that's Earl Nightingale. And for our good, bad, and the ugly, it's exciting that Dame Flora Duffy was named Sports Illustrated's fittest 50, among other high profile.
I'm making that.
No, you're not. And the bad is the whole situation surrounding the kids returning to school. But let's add the tea about, Ashanti as well. That seems bad. And ugly is when people aren't open to others' views and points. If you don't like either, be open to understand another point of view.
Well, where did that happen? That's every day on social media. That's every day in the newspaper.
Ugly.
Thanks again to our partners, Medical House One Communications, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back again to do this with you on Monday. She's Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hartman. My friends, please do make it a great and safe weekend. My tea is actually cool right now, and I'm literally still drinking it. It's nasty. We'll see you. Have a good weekend.